Hey everyone, my name is Kashia Sharice, and I am coming on today to talk about the post that you see on my page. That's something that I wanted to start doing. That's something new, is talk about what I'm posting. So let's get into it. As I have these clips in my head, let me take them out. Okay, so let's talk about the post on my page. So I did two this morning, and I did two yesterday. So this week will be focused on peace. Okay. So let me bring that up. Okay, so protecting your peace as warfare. So that is the theme of this week. Peace, 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 peace. Do you have peace? Peace is something very important to have in life, because there's so much that happens that can disturb your peace, right? That can rattle you, that can take you off your square, as some may say. So the two that I posted yesterday is peace isn't passive, it's guarded. You have to guard your peace, because there are people that come into your life or try to come into your life that will try to snatch the peace. They will try to rattle your peace. They will try to diminish your peace, right? And if you don't guard that, like you guard your heart, you'll find yourself without it. So be very careful in this season to guard your peace like you guard your heart, okay? The second post I put up, it said, peace is not passive, it is, let me bring it up. Peace is not passive, it is a boundary that guards your spirit. Being at peace, you do have to have boundaries up. Because if you don't, with peace, it's not just going to flow without you putting up boundaries. Because there are people out there that do not have peace. Let me tell you, it's people out there that do not have peace. And because they do not have peace, they see your peace. They see your joy, they see your love, and either they're there to add to your joy, add to your peace, or they are there to strip you of your peace, your joy, and your love. So you do have to be careful who you allow access to you in your life, because you don't want to wake up one morning and you don't have it. Just think, one day you have peace, and then something happens in that day in which you are stripped of that peace, and you wake up the next morning and you don't have it. It's a feeling that you know when you have it and when you don't. You just know. I've been on both sides of that. There's been times when my peace was gone and I didn't have peace, and I felt it in my life. I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my day-to-day activity. I did not have peace. My mind would race. My mind would have worry. I would be worried about things. To not have peace in your life and joy, like to have genuine, authentic joy from within, it is nothing like it. because I've been there where I haven't had it because it's been stripped, or I've allowed people to, I have not set up boundaries, and I've allowed people to come in and disrupt the peace and the joy. I've been there. So I get it. You have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries. That's with just in your life. Because to have joy and peace and love is priceless. I know we say that all the time. Things are priceless. But that is something that you don't want to live without. You don't want to live without your peace. You don't want to live without joy. You don't want to live without love. God is love. So how can you live without those things? When you don't have those things in your life has no meaning. Because I've been there. So I'm talking from experience. There's been points in my life when I didn't have that joy. There was points in my life when I didn't have peace in my life. There were times in my life where I felt like my heart had bled so much, that my heart had ached so much, that my heart had been damaged. And I felt like I didn't have it. And my life was miserable. I felt there was no meaning. I felt like, what's the point? Like, God, like, why do you have me here? I would ask those questions because I did not have those things. And when I would get them again, I would hold on tight, but still not understanding how to keep it. And now I'm at a place where I feel like, well, I know how to keep it. And it's all that connection with God. It's the connection. Okay, and then today I posted, not every battle deserves your energy. Do you understand how much energy it takes to battle against people who have blinders on? They just don't get it. Do you understand how much energy from you that it takes to explain who you are to a person that still won't get it when you explain it to them? Do you understand how much energy that takes? Do you understand how much energy it takes when someone accuses you, wrongly accuses you, or when someone defames your character, lies on you? Do you understand how much energy that takes to try to defend yourself? Do you understand? That's a lot of energy that it takes to explain yourself. It's a lot of energy that it takes to basically defend yourself against lies. Not every battle deserves your energy. You don't have to battle everything. Because one, if you have that connection with God, like, he's already fighting your battles. So get out the way. Get out the way and let him fight your battles. And two, if you have matured spiritually, because I know I have, OMG, I have matured spiritually within the last year. Because I used to be very naive, very giving over my love, easily peace, giving it all, giving me over to people so easily. And God said, why are you giving all of you to people who squanders those gifts that you allow them or you give them? And only this year have I matured spiritually in a way that I'm able to put up boundaries, that I'm not explaining myself over and over and over again. That was so draining, you all. Having to explain who you are, having to explain your heart, the type of heart you have, having to explain the type of person you are, having to explain the things that you do are genuine, having to explain that you are authentically being you. Do you understand how many people do not come in contact with a person like you, right? They don't. And when a person does come in contact with a person like you, it's hard for them to even understand how you can still be that person at the age that you are, because they understand that they've been through so many trials and tribulations, and it has hardened their heart. It has made them bitter. It has made them suspect of anybody that comes in with a genuine heart. It makes them look at you like you are foreign. But you are just uniquely you, shining bright, a diamond, chosen. But because they have been, or they have allowed the world to take from them everything, and bitterness has crept in, and accusations of others, and not believing. Because this is what I started to understand, that if people don't believe or trust God, they're not going to believe you. Who are you? If they can't put their trust in God, if they don't have a connection with God, if they don't love God, if they don't believe in Jesus Christ and what he did on that cross, that belief system, that faith, how do you expect them to grasp the person that you are? Like, how do you expect them to believe that you are the person that you are if they don't even trust God? So I started looking at it from that point of view, and it made me, one, not take things personal, two, put up boundaries and guard my heart, because I don't want bitterness coming into my heart, or I don't want that disbelief that there are people out there that are genuine and who definitely are good people, right? Like, I come across people a lot of time when I do go out, I run into many different types of people, and people gravitate to me. They will come up to me, we start a conversation, they tell me their whole life. And a lot of times they be looking for advice from me, or they don't even know me, but they do look for what I'm going to say. Sometimes God will prompt me to say things, and sometimes he will prompt me to be quiet. And I had to exercise that this weekend, past weekend, when I was with a group of beautiful, anointed women, and having a conversation with the different women and things that they were going through. I had to be quiet, because sometimes you don't have to say anything, right? Sometimes God will tell you to be quiet and listen. How often do we listen instead of always being quick to say something? Because sometimes all it takes is for you to listen to the person. And sometimes they even solve it themselves because they just need a sounding board to see how that actually sounds coming out their mouth, what they're saying. For them to say, that don't even sound right what I'm saying. Or, oh, man. Like, I need to do this, this, and this. Sometimes just listen to people. Sometimes it doesn't warrant you to give your opinion, right? Sometimes it doesn't warrant you to have a solution for that person. Sometimes it's not even about that. Sometimes they just need your ear for you to listen. And I'm being more intentional with that. I've always been like that. And I think that's why people gravitate towards like telling me like everything. Like people would literally tell me. I've had people actually come out and tell me what they were doing that was not for my good against me. That's just how, I have women tell me, men, and that was for my warning. That was and my experience, and how I would handle that, right? How I handled it. That's one thing because I've been through so many experiences. There's some I haven't been through. When it comes to different emotions that people have. Like, well, I've been through some. Like I've had hate in my heart before. It's not good. Y'all say, what? You had hate in your heart before? Yes. It was not good. That person was, ooh. Because I am a person that can speak a thing and it starts to form. And I've been very careful in things that I speak over the years because I want to always make sure that I'm doing God's will for my life, right? Not my own. So when I had that hate in my heart, and I've had it twice in my life, when you have that hate in your heart, it takes over your heart. It takes over, and the things that come from it and the thoughts that you have against that person or people, I couldn't keep it on me. I had to get it off of me because that's just not who I am. But because I took on the emotions of that situation and let it affect my heart without guarding my heart, and that was like many years ago, it did seep in, and I had to get that off. I had to pray it away. I had to get delivered. Like, it was a couple things. And the first time it happened, I didn't know what to do. I just prayed and God kind of helped me through that process. The second time, it was surrounded around a death of a person close to me, and I definitely had to pray about that one. But it was something that was pressing on my heart to not keep it. And that's what I'm saying. I have been within the will of God and outside the will of God. And when I was outside the will of God, it was pure misery. And I was begging and praying to get back within the will of God and for God to come and, be there. Ooh, I gotta, let me, let me wind this up. Hold on, because it's coming loose. Where's my other one at? They doing ooh. It just flipped out my hand. Hold on one second. Okay, so, yeah. Make sure that when it comes to your peace, every battle doesn't deserve your energy. So this year, I am not overly explaining myself. Like, why am I explaining myself? Like, I've been on these platforms for many years, for over 10 years, probably 15, 20. But I started my transparency lifestyle journey in 2018. That's when I started coming on here and talking to you guys about my life and about different things in my life. And the many years I explained the person and over-explained who I am and I'm a good person and having to explain when everything is right there, and people just did not get it. And I had to realize that people have blinders on. They're not gonna get it. Their mind is reprobate. Reprobate. They have a reprobate mind, which means that they're not going to get it. It goes over their head. They can't even believe you are the person who is presenting themselves before you. They can't even believe it because they're not that person. So how could they believe that you are? And that's when it comes back to, who do you surround yourself around? Who are you surrounding yourself around? Be very careful of that. So this year, I'm not explaining myself of who I am. I am authentically me. I love out loud. I am just speaking my truth and being me. And whoever don't understand it, oh well. I'm in the oh well season. Oh well. You don't. But you're going to stay away from me. You going to stay away from me. Because if you don't get it, oh well. I'm in the oh well season, y'all. Oh well, oh well. And I'm not over explaining myself. I'm just not, it's a lot of things I'm just not doing. I'm protecting my heart, guarding my heart. I have boundaries up, and it's just certain things I'm not going to tolerate in my life. I'm just not what I used to. And it's so true. Yesterday is not today. That's just what it is. It's not, and it's not going to be. Okay. Next one, other one that I posted today was, when peace leaves, discernment should enter. Do you have discernment? Do you have discernment? Do you know what that looks like? I can only tell you what it looks like for me. Discernment for me looks like being able to recognize a situation that's in front of you and know it ain't for you and leave. Discernment means being able to see where a person is at in their life and know that they're not where you are. Meaning they don't have to be necessarily match for match as far as your spiritual level. Because there's different levels to the spiritual. There's levels to it. They may not be on your spiritual level. They may not be, but they have understandings of things, right? When it comes to life and spiritual. And I can be able to listen to a person, or even sometimes look at that, and know that that person is not in a place to receive me, meaning friendships, family, anything else. They just not in that place. So being mature enough to understand that and being mature enough to exit. Bye. And not in a mean way. It's a way that you can exit. You can poof, be gone. That's one. And I definitely use that. Poof, I'm not here no more. Where she go? Where she went? I'm just not here. It can be explaining like, we're in two different places. I'm going to let you stay over there and I'm going to be over here. That don't mean you can come back over here, right? It can also mean when you exit that you create boundaries, right? That things that you will not tolerate, right? So you already know, the person already know they can't come over there with that gossiping. They already know, like that person, she don't even gossip. So I can't even get on the phone with her and gossip about somebody else's life because she don't even do that. It don't even feel right when I do that. Or I can't go over there and try to siphon her energy because she got boundaries up. She will call it out, and I don't want to be called out. They say something like, I don't want to be called out. They tell truth. And they going to tell the truth about me, and I don't want to hear my truth. So I'm just going to stay over there. See, there's different ways, right? I do like the poof be gone method. I do. I've used the poof be gone method, and it works. Some people still saying, where she at? Some people still saying, where she go? Where she at? Where you went? Some people still saying that. And I'm going to let them keep saying that. I'm going to let them keep saying it. Where she at? I'm not around you. Okay? So, those are the posts that I put up. And as I continue, I have probably I finished typing out all of them. So I probably have about 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe about 7 more weeks of these posts. And then I'm coming out with something new. Y'all know I got something new. Y'all know I got something new. Y'all know. I don't know why y'all be thinking, because she and Sharice don't got other projects on the board. I'm so excited. I got so many different things that's happening. Man, I'm helping people with their projects as well as my own projects. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I am finally working on my purpose projects. It's not just one. My purpose projects. Finally. And it feels so good to finally be working on those projects. And I'm just being obedient and listening to God, because sometimes my mind wanders. And I don't want to be doing nothing that's outside the will of God. So I'm just listening closely. But I just wanted to come on and talk about that. I'll probably come on later because I want to talk about one more thing and I'll talk about that later. I'm starting this new journey process. It's not really new because for the most part, it pertains to health. For the most part, I eat healthy, right? Like today, I'm about to make me some tofu. I want some lima beans. I want some lima beans. With lima beans, you can't keep them in, I gotta be careful with lima beans. Lima beans emit a certain type of, I wouldn't say toxin, but it emits something where you can't keep it in the fridge too long. You can't be munching on it for too long. You gotta eat those things, right? That's why I'm getting some pinto beans. I love some pinto beans. Ooh, let it marinate in that vegetable juice, and then put your seasonings. Ooh, over some rice with some cornbread. Man, I got some stuff I need to cook. I'm gonna make me a nice pot of beans too. Well, those pinto beans, that'll probably be in 2 weeks, because I'm actually making me some pinto beans. I mean, not pinto beans, lima beans today. And I don't have all my seasonings, but I'm gonna work with what I got, because you just work with what you got. I need some cornbread, man. Don't want to go to the store. What time is it? I probably could. Ooh, some cornbread would be good. With some macaroni and cheese. Ooh, I had some. I'm sorry. I guess I must be hungry, y'all. I had some macaroni and cheese this weekend. It was some caliente. It was some spicy macaroni and cheese, like some. Ooh, it was good. Man. And my homemade banana pudding. And vegan, y'all. I ain't made my homemade banana pudding in a minute. I had to make me a small portion. Ooh, homemade banana pudding with that almond milk. Y'all don't know nothing about that. And it tastes just like banana from scratch. I ain't doing the pudding. From scratch. Okay? Authentically. So, I'll be back on later to talk about what I'll be starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Time is going by so quick. But I'll be on later on. But y'all think about what I just talked about, okay? Your peace. Protect your peace, protect your peace, protect your peace. Think about it, okay? And I'll see y'all later.